I'm Christina from Singapore Management University. I want to start by sharing with you a story of mine. So, beginning of this year, actually, I opened a bar called BFF Bar, and here in Singapore. So a friend came to me and asked for a very rare and expensive bottle of wine. It's called a Chateau Lafite Rothschild. Never heard of it. So I kind of sourced from many channels and passed to her a few contacts that I researched. A few weeks later, she came to me very furious and very upset. She cried that she spent more than 10k 10k RMB, roughly 2,000 Sing dollars on fake wine. And she said that the box and the bottle looked fine, but with a closer look at the label, the vintage has been changed, and it is extremely difficult to tell by looking at the bottle itself. And well, she has just been given a fake. And a dream shattered by a counterfeiter, and this isn't just my story, it's the story of the entire luxury spirits industry, and an industry built on heritage and trust, but operating in the dark. So in early November 2012, police in the city of Wenzhou, China, seized nearly 10,000 bottles of suspected counterfeit Chateau Lafite Rothschild, which is a very popular wine among China's new rich. It is suspected that between 50 and 70% of the wine in China is actually fake. And if genuine, the collection seized in Wenzhou would have been worth up to 16 million USD dollars. So, talking about luxury alcohol, it is undergoing a massive transformation. It is no longer just about taste, it's actually an emerging asset class. This is a $270 billion market. And nearly 40% of that demand is now driven by a new generation of consumers in APAC. And they aren't just buying a bottle to drink, they're buying a piece of history and investment. But right now, investing in this market is like buying a house without title deed. And you have no way of knowing what you actually own. And the demand is there, the passion is there, but the trust is broken. And here's why the trust is broken. Just look at the numbers. Up to 40% of all luxury spirits are actually fake. And let the numbers sink in. That's not a minor issue. It's a crisis. This isn't just about lost money. It's about lost trust. And in some cases, it's a public health risk. And the current solutions, they're like putting a band-aid on broken arms, temporable QR codes, paper certificates. You may lose a supply chain so opaque that no one knows actually the whole journey of the product. And this creates massive investment barriers. How can you treat a bottle as a real world asset when you need to pay an expensive expert to tell you if it's real? And this is a problem we set out to solve. Many are trying to solve this, but their solutions are either too narrow or create new silos. Traditional methods like UV fluorescent ink on labels are used by many chateaus, but there are static physical features that can be copied, offering no dynamic data or supply chain history. It's like a lock that can be picked easily. And look at the innovative approach of Roll Hill Springs, a family-run gin distillery in Holland. They are an example of using IoT sensors and a private blockchain to track the provenance and sustainable usage of the local water source. However, this model is custom built. A private system focuses on a single brand and a single part of the production process. It doesn't provide a universal standard for verifying the final bottled product across the global supply chain or protecting against the sophisticated refilling or counterfeiting that plagues the luxury spirits. Modern digital solutions face similar scope challenges. Platforms like Blockbar tries to solve this with this fantastic NFT marketplaces for high-end secondary markets. But they didn't have an open protocol for the entire supply chain. And the industry is filled with these point solutions. What's missing is a public, universal, and open standard that connects every stakeholder. And this is why we built LiquorChain. Imagine LiquorChain as an immutable digital twin for every batch and every bottle of luxury spirits, from the distillery all the way to your glass. For the collector, it means that you can own the digital counterpart of your physical collection. For the consumer, it means that you can finally trade with confidence. Owners can resell, collect, gift, or at any point burn their NFT in exchange for the physical bottle, redeemable from local retailers as a liquor custody. And for the entire ecosystem, our tap tokens let you stake and participate in the platform's growth. It's a mobile and web compatible platform where verifying a bottle is just as simple as point, shoot, and trust. So let me show you how this works. Starting with the producer, imagine you are a distillery like Macallan. First, you log in with your Petrol wallet, no passwords, just secure web access. Then you input your batch data, the cost number, the production date, the volume. Finally, you mint the batch NFT. This isn't just a simple click. It's a multi-signature transaction that creates an immutable foundational record on the Aptos blockchain. This is a birth certificate for your entire batch. Next, let's go to the other side of the chain. You are a consumer holding that account bottle, and you open your D app and scan the QR code. The D app instantly fetches the metadata from decentralized IPFS storage. We use Pinata, for example. It then cross-checks this with the immutable record on Aptos. In less than a second, you get a confirmation, verified authentic, along with the bottle's full history from the Scottish house it came from to every hand it has been postured. So this magic is powered by our core technical innovation, the dual NFT registry. First, the batch registry NFT. This is like a family tree. It represents the entire production lot. Cast number 42 of 2024 Macallan, for example, it holds all the core provenance data. Then, for each individual bottle, we mint a bottle registry NFT. Bottle number 187 is now a unique digital twin, cryptographically linked to its parent batch. This system creates a one-to-one physical to digital link. It's impossible to create more digital bottles than physical ones, completely preventing over-minting fraud. And this is the backbone of the trust. Now let's talk about the architecture of the trust. How do we handle sensitive commercial data on a public chain? On chain, we put the provenance essentials, ownership records, transfer histories, and cryptographic hashes. And this is the data anyone needs to verify authenticity. And off-chain, we protect commercial sensitivities, things like wholesale pricing and supplier contracts. And we enforce role-based access so that everyone in the supply chain only sees what they need to see. And the results, maximum transparency, where it builds trust, and absolutely confidentiality where it protects business. The entire architecture was only possible because we built it on Aptos. The reason comes in threefold. First, performance. Our near instant verification flow is powered by Aptos' sub-second finality. Second, security. Handling high-value access requires the safety feature of the move language, and its resource-oriented model prevents the kind of bugs that have plagued other chains. And thirdly, developer experience. The Apple's TypeScript, SDK, and command line are why our small team could build and deploy the stack so quickly. And the technology alone isn't enough. You need an economic engine, and that's where our tech token comes in. The key innovation is that B2B fiat on rents. Our B2B partners, the distilleries and the distributors, never have to touch crypto. They pay the platform fees in simple, familiar US dollars. And our treasury then uses that real revenue to buy tech tokens from the open markets, creating constant organic buy pressure. And this tech token fuels the entire ecosystem, minting NFTs, rewarding consumers for verifying the bottles, empowering staking. And it's a perfect flywheel. The more the business succeeds, the more valuable the token becomes. So we're not building in a vacuum. We have a clear three-phase path. The dominant is market. Phase one, we start with a pilot program right here in Singapore, working with local craft distilleries and retailers to prove the model. Phase two, we scale by onboarding major international brands and luxury retailers. Phase three, we expand the ecosystem into DeFi lending against NFT-backed models and even expand to other luxury goods. This isn't just an NFT app, it's a foundation for representing luxury goods as verifiable real-world assets. And we haven't just come here for a slide deck, we built it. Our move contracts for dual NFT registration are live on Aptos testnet. Our mobile and web front end is functional with Petra wallet integration. We have a working end-to-end minting and verification flow. Let me just pause here for a quick demo. So before this demo, what I have prepared on Pinata is a LiquorChain logo with an image and also a JSON file. This is a metadata that I've created because it's just a text, so I just put simply token type as batch. And the distillery, I put it as LiquorChain team. And community, because it's just logo, I put value as one. So after this, I will copy the CID and come back to the app. First of all, I'm gonna add Petra. So once I've connected, I mean, make sure that the settings are correct with the QR, URL, and IP address, 8 weeks, save it, and go to the dashboard. So before this, I already created a collection, so if we can just do the minting here. While we are fixing the simulation error, I will just show you what I have done previously on my testnet. So, on the LiquorChain-Best, what I've done is create an account demo, and this is on the testnet of it. And well, once we have copied the transactions of my wallet, you can see that there is an NFT transaction here. And the token is like this. Yeah, and from the consumer side, you can take this link and copy to the verified page with the verification. Sometimes when the CID or link is not exact, we can give you a verification fields, and we will try to improve the front end a bit. But the transaction version, you should come incorrect. All this could be a front end error, and we'll definitely improve this. And let's go back to the presentation. So we also have considered about aligning the long-term growth, and our token distribution is designed for sustainability. The largest allocation, 35%, goes to ecosystem rewards to fund growth and incentivize all participants. And to ensure long-term alignment, we use the VTAP model. When you lock your TAP tokens, you get a VTAP, a governance token. The longer you lock, the more power you get. This rewards true believers and partners, not just short-term speculators. It builds a community that grows with us. So let's get back to my story or my friend's story. What if my friend could just have simply scanned the bottle and known beyond a shadow of a doubt that her dream was true? We move to the future here today. LiquorChain is more than just a project. It's a promise of a world where every drop is trusted, every story is verified, and every investment is secure. We're building a new paradigm of trust for luxury spirits, and we're doing it here on Aptos. We are LiquorChain. Thank you.
So let's move on question time. Some judges have a question to us.
I'm going to register the company email.
Thank you for the question, and thank you for the confidence in me. Yes, I do have registered a company as a bar. So my bar will be the first party in the first pilot group as a retailer, and we do have a lot of Macallan 12 years, and we welcome you to come and taste.
And think about the compliance.
Oh, I understand. Yeah.
Anyone else? No. Okay.